right, everybody, welcome back. My name is Pale El Poppy. This is episode 55 of Top Tier Podcast. How y'all doing? Shout out to all the loyal fans, all the homies. Shout out to the homie AD. He tunes in every week. He sends clips from funny moments from the show to me all the time.
Shout out. Which one? Wait, which ones?
Adon. His name is Adon. Shout out to
which clips did he send? I want to know.
He just sends like these funny moments where it was like he sent me this moment where it was like I was like, well, nigga, what are you mad for? What are you mad for? And it was just it was funny.
When I be editing the podcast back, you be making me laugh sometimes because you don't even be meaning to be. You've always been that way. Like it's not even something that you're trying to be funny. Yeah, that shit is hilarious. You be saying shit. I be
those
like,
are the best kind of funny.
Crack me up.
Those are the best. That's the best kind of funny to me though.
Yeah, because it's candid. Yeah. It's just like it's off the cuff. It's just natural. I wish I had that, bro. You got to give me some of your charisma.
I know. It's just always a moment where I'm like really mad. I'm like, well, nigga, what are you mad for? I don't remember. There's no context.
It was probably the Tory Lanez clip or maybe it was the Lil Duval clip because you said something about that, like, nigga, what is wrong with you? I was like, yo, that shit is hilarious. He not even meaning to be funny. My jokes don't be landing like that. My jokes be like, badoom. My jokes need a little rim shot behind them. Dad jokes.
The dad jokes.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day, by the way, to everybody listening to this.
Everybody listening to this. Your mom's Happy Mother's Day. Do something nice. We
were talking about that, man. It's so much pressure on Mother's Day. I don't know. I don't be knowing what to do. I have a weird situation because this year Mother's Day is tomorrow. My dad's birthday was just a couple of days ago, so I have to plan for both. It was like, do I spend time with my dad? My dad lives in out of state, or do I spend time with my mom? Like, what the fuck? It's a lot of pressure, man.
Like Father's Day Part 1 and Mother's Day.
Yeah, I mean, I could have been traveling, I guess, but I didn't choose to. Anyway, where do we want to start today? What you want to start with?
So, yeah, Doja Cat had a really controversial tweet this weekend.
Okay, let's start there.
And basically, to give a truncated version of what she said, she basically said her first two albums, her first two albums. What's the other one? Do you remember what the other one was called?
I have no clue.
But her first two albums that she released were just commercial albums, and that y'all got played. That her audience essentially got played. Y'all got played.
She said she like tricked him, right?
She tricked him, and now
y'all fell for it. I think is what she said.
Y'all fell for it, and now I can put out the music I really want to put out. Is that really the path to success? Is she in the wrong for this? People were pissed. People were angry. This was a huge discussion on Twitter where it's like, well, how are you gonna get mad at her because her label wants her to do this? Once she's proven success or she's given the label the albums that they need, she can renegotiate her contract and make whatever she wants to make. Is that a path to success? What do you think? Are her fans in the right to be mad? Because
I would be pissed off if I was a really deep fan. Yeah, I would be pissed off. It's kind of a slap in the face to your fans. It's disrespectful to say that like y'all fell for a trick. I was only doing this in order to get on, and then as soon as I got on, now I'm actually gonna move away from all the people that supported me and brought me up, and I'm just gonna go and do some shit that y'all don't even probably care about at the end of the day. That's fucked up. Imagine like you're a huge Tyler fan. Right. Imagine if he was like, oh yeah, all them harmonies, all them synths that you thought I was into. It's like, I'm actually going to make this type of music now. But again, to play devil's advocate, because we have to be responsible here, if you are a true fan, you probably are going to rock with somebody or at least try to rock with somebody, even if you're not really feeling the new vibe that they're on.
Well, she's probably just catering to her old school audience. Like, I knew about Doja before she blew up. She was making all them Bitch I'm a Cow. She was making some really out there, like, alternative music, like kind of more in the vein of what Tyler's doing today. Not in the sense of the style, but just in the spirit of like, I'm gonna go out here and be me and just really make some out there music. Good music, but it's like it's very in touch with who I am. Yeah. Right? So her OGs are probably happy. Why should you really care about?
I think she's trying to make a rap album, right? That's the last thing that we heard is that
album.
Even though she's a fucking troll on the internet, so she'd be talking about like, oh, actually, I'm gonna make a folk album. Actually, I'm gonna make a country album. She's such a fucking troll.
But like, she
again,
raps,
it's kind of marketing.
She raps on even her mainstream, like Planet Her. She raps. There's a lot of songs where she actually was busting out just here and there, but she was doing a little. It was a hip hop vibe in there, so she can do it. I just think she just doesn't care about her mainstream audience. She probably only cares about the OGs who was there from the beginning. I don't think she's going to be making anything too different. It's just going to be pre-label Doja or pre-mainstream Doja, pre-commercial pop Doja.
Do you know anything about her contract? Like if she has any albums left on her contract?
That I don't know. Because my thinking is if she had a contract, I don't think her label is going to allow her to release just some random...
Whatever she wants?
Whatever she wants. So I can look
And that's
up.
the thing too. It's like you don't have to look it up, but
Okay.
that's the thing too. Is like, as an artist, I am behind the artist where I think that they should be able to have free reign over whatever the fuck they want to make. Like it shouldn't. It doesn't make sense to me that a lot of these labels, when they get signed, they have to make a certain type of thing that fits in a certain box. Some of these people you hear about, Chloe Bailey, I think, is the one that speaks about it. As far as I know, the most. She speaks about how like these labels, they literally will not let them release music if it's not something that the label deems as that's not going to fit the marketing or the demographic that we're going after. So if I'm Doja Cat and I have the chance now to make whatever type of music I want to, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take up that chance. But I also don't think you have to disrespect the fans
Exactly.
at the same exact time.
There's probably plenty of fans who they like that mainstream sound. They like mainstream Doja. Why are you? But that's probably what she does. She's a troll. She's a known troll.
She is a troll, man.
So she doesn't care. She getting money. But like I don't. Like I said, it goes back to, and we even. I don't. This is probably different. But I also kind of felt like, nah, it's not the same. I was thinking it was like kind of like we had a discussion about one of our favorite. Like he's an investor. Ian Dunlap. I was like. Why are you kind of like being mean a little bit to your mainstream audience? But like, he probably doesn't care. He probably only cares about Red Panda. I don't know. We're not gonna get too deep into that, but like that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of artists and people, just content people who have a following in general, a lot of times they don't really care about their mainstream audience. They have an idea of what they want to do. They probably don't care. They probably are catering towards a certain audience, and they really don't care about the mainstream what other people want. What do you think about that? Do you think you should be doing what the fans want? Should you be doing what you want? Or should you be trying to find a happy middle? Most people don't want to find a happy middle. They want to do what they want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't think you should be disrespecting your audience. That's your fans are the ones that are going to support you through thick and thin. So you do need to cater to them in a certain sense. But I think the only thing that means as an artist is that you're releasing music, or at least showing face. That's it. If she wants to make a certain type of sound, she wants to make a rap album now, let her make a rap album. If y'all don't like it, y'all don't like it. But that's going to happen regardless. If she releases a pop album, which is what she normally makes, and y'all don't like it, y'all gonna tear her ass up anyway in the comments. So that's the reason why a lot of these artists are like, I really don't give a fuck about what y'all think, because y'all gonna tear me up on the internet anyway. So if I release some trash, you're gonna say it's trash. If I release some fire, you're gonna say it's trash still. So it's like, I can't win really. But like I said, if you a fan, you're gonna stick with her, you're gonna rock with her anywhere.
But moving into like, away from music just a little bit and into like looking for content creation. I see a lot of dudes, they do the, like, we talked about, like, I Show Speed. We talked about, like, Flight Reacts and, like, Class and Not. These dudes Big Groove. They do, like, this, like, over-the-top, like, screaming Negro thing and dancing Negro thing as a way to get on. Is that, like, are we at a point now where, like, that's the only way? Like,
well, she was making pop, though. She was making pop.
But that's the route. Like, for at least in terms of music, that kind of like rap, R&B, poppy kind of music, that's been the thing since like the 2016.
I think you can make that argument if you're doing hip hop. Like a lot of these labels will bring on niggas that are like in the streets that have a certain type of demeanor, that have a certain street vibe to them, and make them release certain types of NBA Youngboy, Lil Durk type tracks where it's like aggressive, I'm gonna kill you in the streets type music. That's completely different. That argument I think would work better if you were talking about hip hop. Doja Cat's not in hip hop. Doja Cat is pop. I think it's different.
But she's making, but she said herself, y'all got played. I had to make 2 commercial albums that are status quo for whatever.
Doja Cat's not going to be
in to get
she's
on.
not going to be making like I'm gonna kill the ops type music. She's
nah,
not
but
gonna
like
be doing that.
she's in that.
She gonna come to bars.
She's
She
in
gonna
that
rap.
like that pop. Even kind of like this would be honestly a great transition to like a Janelle Monae. Don't kill me. But like,
What about
you
it?
can't tell me they're not like competitors in a similar kind of poppy R&B with a little bit of hip hop kind of music, like Planet. You know what I'm saying? Don't kill me,
I
Janelle
don't see
Monae
it.
fans.
I don't see it, but we were gonna
You
talk
can't tell
about
me
Janelle Monae.
you can't tell me that they're not competitors making similar kind of music. I'm not saying JoJo's
I think
making
it's
better
different.
music.
I think it's
just
different.
think
I don't
it's-
think they're in the same lane. They're not competitors to me. I think of Doja Cat as competing with people like Ice Spice. I think of maybe like
Okay.
Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah, but like that's hip hop. Meg is
She fits
Meg
in
is
that
rapping.
box though.
Meg
So
is-
maybe I'm being a little
Meg
hypocritical because I
is
just said she was just pop.
Mostly hip hop. Meg is like 95% hip hop. That
She is.
poppy
She's a
hip-hop.
rapper. She's a
Whereas
rapper.
Doja Cat is like more into like R&B melodic singing, poppy melodic singing. That's why I said Janelle Monae, because she makes those like boppers with just a little bit of rapping on there, but she's singing. You get what I'm saying? It's melodic.
Yeah,
Like,
she,
that's
like
what I'm
Janelle
saying.
Monae
Like,
has her we could transition into that because Janelle Monae has her new album coming out, The Age of Pleasure, and that music video. I know we all seen it.
Or that live performance where she
I'm not gonna be on here acting like a little misogynist. but
yeah, we ain't gonna today.
We all know what I'm talking about when I say that video was fire.
I had the Looney Tunes eyes. The eyes stick out the head. They be like,
Janelle Monae has been on some shit, and I dig it. I hope she continues. What was that tweet that we were sending back and forth? Where it was like, Janelle Monae's been on some shit, and I hope it continues.
Yeah, people were saying that had like millions of views and likes and stuff.
I'm sure the men and the women can agree, bro. Janelle Monae, whatever she's doing is working. Keep it up, Janelle. Keep it up. We want more.
People on the internet, there's like a whole discussion where it's like people are like, she went from suits to thotting. That's what people are, and these are women saying this. I swear to God, I saw that.
You know the women gonna hate, man. The women always gonna hate.
And we're saying like, basically, she's exploiting herself and she's hypersexualization. Yeah. But then OG fans are saying, y'all must have not been here, and posting pictures and clips of like all kinds of other stuff in the same kind of energy she had been doing before. She's just going through transition. Like it's kind of like the Tyler thing. Like Tyler has phases. Like he has and you even saw that in his latest album. Sorry Not Sorry, where you saw all the phases of Tyler. She has her own phases. If she wants to wear suits and be more conservative with her dress, that's cool. And then if she wants to unleash, who's to say she can't do that? I don't get it. Because people are making it seem like some kind of shadow organization, which is true to a certain extent. It's like forcing these women, like especially black women, and over sexualizing them and all this. I don't get that vibe with her. I really feel like she's just saying, "Fuck it, I'm going back or I'm taking elements of an older phase and transitioning to a new phase."
Bro, we can all notice she has an album coming out. This is a market rollout. This is good marketing.
Yeah.
If you show the nipple, what better marketing than that is there? You're gonna get the attention of everybody, the men and the women, if you show some skin. It's working. I don't know if she's gonna continue this because the album is called Age of Pleasure. Everything that we've been seeing her doing is like happy-go-lucky, sexually liberated.
Dude, the album cover like speaks 1,000 words. Like the album cover is like, I'm pretty sure it's like
the
women
music video
underwater,
too,
standing with their legs open, and she's like swimming through it. Like she's knocking them. At least that's the vibe I got. That's just like knock this one, knock that, knock this one, knock that one down. Just knocking them down because she's swimming through them. Knocking them like that seems obvious to me. She running through them. Like
it's just a marketing ploy, and I think it's working. I love it. I'm not gonna complain. Like everybody that's saying it's hypersexualization, whatever. Who cares? At the end of the day, because y'all love it. Y'all love it too. And all the people that are hating, bro, the women love to hate on women that are thriving. That's just facts. Men do it too. I'm not saying men don't do it too, but the women, especially, bro, y'all hate.
Nah,
when
men
you see
do
another
it too,
woman taking
bro.
the attention.
Men do it too, though.
I'm just saying, like women hate when. But speaking, men or women's right now, if they're speaking bad on Janelle Monae and saying, "Oh, she's doing too much," they said the same thing about Chloe Bailey. Whenever it's like a woman that's showing a little bit too much skin, getting a little bit too much attention from the men, they have a problem with it.
But it isn't corny to me, though. I feel like Janelle Monae, like, it just feels right. Like, she's in her bag. She's in her energy. Like, she's just like...
Who said it was corny?
Fuck y'all. No, I'm just going back because I'm just thinking about a conversation we had before about how, like, people are also saying, I've said before, but Chloe Bailey does it, it's corny. Or they put her, like, up... Like,
you're saying with Janelle Monae, it seems a little bit more authentic than Chloe Bailey.
Authentic. Like, when she's doing the suits, it seems authentic. When she's not, and doing what she's doing now, it seems authentic. It just feels like she just has a swag. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just a swag there. There's just like, you know, I don't need to do this. I just decided I'm driving down a certain road. I'm like, fuck it. This is a new era. Like Tyler has that swag too, where he just like every 2 years he's in a different era. Like he has a different like get up and vibe. Like she does the same thing, and I'm all for it. I don't understand what the hating is about.
So you think that you can only do it if it's authentic? Like people are only going to accept it if it's authentic?
I think people are only going to accept it unless it's authentic or unless you really can act. That's it. And what I mean, like, even if it's not authentic, you can really, if you can actually pull it off and like make people believe it, it might as well be real.
Yeah,
there's something in you that was even allowed to even convince people that you actually believed it.
I think Chloe Bailey is authentic with it, but we already had that discussion. I don't want to roll back on it, but I think Chloe Bailey is being authentic to her image. Like, I don't think there's such a thing as like you trying to show off some skin. I don't think that you could be as confident as to show off a lot of skin and not be authentic to that.
And don't
That
get
to me
wrong.
doesn't correlate.
I just don't. I don't think
you couldn't go on a beach with a Speedo and be like, oh, that nigga not authentically confident.
Yeah,
You're not doing that.
I don't care
You're
who
not
you.
doing
I
that
don't
for
care
real.
who you are. I don't care if you're 500 pounds or you roided
You
out.
couldn't show up.
You
couldn't
show up on
like
a
Lil
beach in a
Nas
Speedo.
X.
You have balls and you have confidence.
You
It may be
could-
easier
literally,
for
you
this. Yeah, maybe easier for the dude who's in shape, but still.
Imagine if niggas was trying to say that Lil Nas X, oh, that's not authentic. When he showed up at the Met Gala, balls out. Oh, that's not authentic. That's what I'm saying. They only say that when they hating on women. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm not. That's not. I don't think that's out of the blue type shit. I don't think that's too far fetched to say. You never see a niggas weren't hating on Lil Nas X for showing up balls out, but the women will.
Oh my god! And I want to talk about something that's not even on the set list, but it's related to what you said about Lil Nas X.
Okay.
But we're still in new music. But like, so he apparently there's rumors that he's dating Pink Panthers, and a lot of people are calling him out because there was like, in the same vein of what we're talking about Doja Cat, where a lot of people say there's with a lot of black men they say a lot of black men pretend to be LGBT to get on. And then now that he's on, he's like, oh, boy, I was straight the whole time.
So fucked up for people to be like,
or he's
oh, not really
bisexual,
gay.
and he focuses on that he likes men more to get on. But maybe he's 50-50. What do you think about that?
Who is anybody to say that? I don't have an opinion. I'm not gonna give my opinion on that. That's my opinion is that who the fuck are they to say that?
It's none of their business. My thought is none of their business.
Who's lying about their sexual orientation in order to get on?
But they call it. I'm pretty sure they call it queer baiting. It's like an actual term on the internet.
Queer baiting, that's different. Lil Nas X has
trolling,
said,
like
I am gay. He has said his sexualization is that he's gay. So for you to,
but he's not. Clearly, he's not gay. If he's
saying
dating,
that he's lying.
He's not gay if he's dating Pink Panthers. He's
See,
bisexual.
niggas be oh my god, bro. Why are we saying he's dating Pink Panthers? Because they took a picture together.
There's rumors, It's
like even the Jonathan Majors and
Meagan.
Meagan Good thing. How they're saying that they're dating now? How do we fucking know that? How do we know? Because they took some pictures together.
Maybe they saw him at a restaurant or something. They could be.
You had a good take on that though.
So yeah, so moving into Jonathan Majors, we already know things. He's getting caught up in the media. The allegations that he abuses his girlfriend. Other people have come out and said that in the past he was abusive or whatever. And there's been talks. People are saying that Marvel has been in talks on whether to replace him or not. So a lot of things are transpiring with Jonathan Majors. But apparently, rumors are that he's dating Meagan Good. He broke up with his last girlfriend who accused him, and he's dating Meagan Good.
Why would she do that?
Well, she probably thinks he's attractive. I mean, the dude. I mean,
the dude is on trial. For domestic violence. She's a celebrity. Why on earth would she now date? The internet would tear her ass.
No,
up.
they are. Bro, I was in the comments and it was just like, they would post some meme where it was like two dudes like shaking hands, and it's like women dating, and then the other side was like men who are known to be abusive. It's like, and it was like this like union. It was like this brotherhood, like this fact. It's just this unavoidable, inevitable fact. That's the truth. Do you think?
I don't think that this is real. No, I don't think. I mean, even though TMZ reported, and TMZ normally they're on point with this stuff, but for Meagan Good to actually be dating some dude that's on trial right now, that is death to your career. Death, straight death. I don't think she would do that on purpose. That's I don't think that's factual.
But
that doesn't make any sense to me.
People are saying like it's interesting that year after year he's dating Becky after Becky after Becky after Becky. As soon as he gets in some shit, now he's dating a black woman. What do you think? You think he's doing that to get to support?
I just said I don't think that she's doing that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm talking about him.
I don't think that she would tie herself to somebody who's on his end. Sure, maybe. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Like with Michael B. That's the comparison. It's like, well, Michael B. Snow Bunny after Snow Bunny after Snow Bunny after Snow Bunny. Then its consensus is, he's a typical black rich man.
Go date Lori Harvey now.
Doesn't date black women. We're not going to support him. Go date Lori Harvey. All of a sudden, oh my God, we have a chance. That's what people say on the internet.
I guess that makes sense.
It's like, now
I guess that makes sense.
Now black women's like hope and like dating him has gone back up because he dated Lori Harvey. Is that a PR
I also think that,
relationship?
man, it can't be. It just can't be. That doesn't make any sense, bro. Put yourself in the shoes of somebody.
Though. When remember at the game where he was just like
Michael B.
Yeah, he was like pissed off, and people were talking to him. He was like, yep, like he was just missing
he had a face on him.
He was like, don't talk to me. Like,
he looked distraught.
He looked distraught. Like he was like, people was like waving at him. He was like,
Yeah, I don't think that makes sense, and I also think that the way that the media normally likes to depict people of our skin tone, of our hue, they like to have like all these toxic little headliners, all these toxic headlines, all these toxic stories. This is one of them to me. I think this is just fake. I don't think that this is real, and we're gonna get to them talking about Jammie Foxx. Let's move to that. That's a good transition. How RapTV came out and said that Jammie Foxx's family, as we all know, Jammie Foxx was in the hospital. He was hospitalized for whatever reason. And RapTV comes out and they say that the family is hoping for the best, but is preparing for the worst. As to allude to the fact that
he was dying. That hurt me, dude. I was so sad. I was like, really? Like, Jammie Foxx is done? Are you serious, dude?
And then Kev on stage, comedian, pretty popular guy on social media, makes a lot of content. I would check him out if you can. Came out and he doxed he doxed the people that own RapTV. He doxed the people that make Daily Loud. And if anyone's on Twitter, on Instagram, they know these platforms. They be coming up with all types of misinformation.
They just lie.
Always misinformation.
Just lie. I mean,
it's not even in parody.
Bullshit. It's just like, what are we gonna invent this week to get clicks? Like, have you ever seen Harry Potter? Remember the Rita Skeeter, that lady that was like interviewing him in 4, where he was like,
oh, the woman that made up all that
and
bullshit.
She was like, oh, he's 12. He's like, I'm actually 14. He's like, no, he's 12 years old. And
do it for a story.
He's in love. Just lies. Just bullshit.
Do it for a headline.
Do it for a headline. Just complete lies. Like, just straight. It's on the same kind of energy. Just like complete bullshit. Like, what am I going to pull out my ass to get clicks? What's the most controversial thing I could say to get clicks?
But I brought that up as to say, like, I think it's the same vein as this Meagan Good, Jonathan Majors story. Why the fuck? Just put yourself in anybody's shoes, bro. Why the fuck would you be dating somebody, even if you do find them attractive? Why the fuck would you be dating somebody who's on trial for domestic violence against women? Who's doing that other than Nicki Minaj?
Yeah. There's like a straight up sex offender.
Broke people should never laugh. Other than Nicki Minaj, who's doing that? Who's setting themselves up for that career failure? That's such an L.
Man. I honestly don't even think that, because she's already kind of on her way out retirement wise to a certain extent.
Meagan Good?
I'm talking about Nicki when she married the guy, but I don't think that. I just think in a lot of cases,
on her way out retirement wise. Since when? She has an album coming out this year.
Man, Nicki is not the same level she was like in the early 2000s. In the late 2000s and the early 2010s. That was her peak.
Well, she's like fresh on the block.
Really, like when Anaconda was like her peak when we were in high school.
She's not new on the block, but Nicki is still Nicki. Don't get it twisted.
Nah, but Nicki's definitely like in that era where it's like they're semi-retired. Like they have a family. Like they drop music. They still drop music, but we've definitely rounded the corner.
You coming with disrespect today.
I ain't coming with disrespect. That's the truth. They rounded the
Bro,
corner.
she just hopped on an Ice Spice remix, and that shit went straight to the top. You talking about she halfway to retirement.
You can still go to the top and still be and still be kind of like you. Maybe I'm wrong. I accept that I'm wrong. But like
you are.
I just feel like the 2010. If you're not Drake, all people in his era are kind of already retired, if not semi-retired. That's all I'm trying to say. She might be the exception.
Lil Wayne is still out here too, bro. What are you talking about?
The Carter 5 was garbage.
They were just on tour. They were just on tour with him, Nicki Minaj, and Drake. And
what type of charting was Lil Wayne doing?
He might not chart, but he's still Lil Wayne.
Yeah, but you're like a legend now. You're like a living legend. You're no longer
You're
no longer in the era of building the legend. That's all I'm trying to say. Like the story is over.
I disagree with that. I disagree.
No, we're in the after years. It's like a movie that never got a sequel, and the movie is over. They're in that didn't get a movie sequel. And then they live the rest of their lives. They're in that era. We no longer watching the biopic will be over.
I disagree with that.
With time skip to when they're like old and they're about to die. But like we're in that time skip era part of the biopic. Like you get what I'm trying to say? Like
I disagree.
The highlights are done.
You think Kanye West biopic is over?
Yes. Kanye West.
Oh my God.
Nah, we're in the time skip. I could be wrong though. Kanye is so unpredictable. I promise you that what I just said will age like no. Because Kanye could just come back on some other shit and he's back.
It's going to age poorly. I'm gonna clip it up just for us to go back to and say like he was wrong. He was wrong.
Because Kanye is like kind of like Drake in that like, well, Drake just consistently stays up Like Drake is almost unkillable. Like you cannot take him down. Kanye just swings with like he just swings with it. Like he'll be gone for a while, and the next thing you know, he's back up like on Drake level, just doing wild stuff, and his fans are back. His rabbit fans are back. But I don't know. That late last year, him going on them rants, I just don't know. I don't know how he's gonna bounce back from. I can't see it now. I can't visualize.
Well, we can move right into it. That's a great transition. Adidas is set to resume selling Yeezys. They said that they're going to, whatever the profit that they make off of the new Yeezys that they still have in inventory, not the new Yeezys, but the Yeezys that are left over from their last inventory, they will be donating a portion of that to charity. You have any thoughts on that? Because I think this is fucked up. By the way, I also called this, told y'all that they were going to resume selling these Yeezys. There ain't no way in hell that a public company that's $1 billion company is going to just take a loss on all these millions of dollars.
But because they're going to get tax write-offs from to donate to charity. Always because they'll have you thinking like, oh, they're donating to charity. Nope, they're a portion. They're just cutting. If it's just a portion, then that's another thing. Because if it's like they donate all of it, it's like, oh my god, they're so noble. No, they're getting a tax write-off. They're getting a real easy, quick $1 billion tax write-off. And
now
then
the only thing that go ahead. Sorry.
The aftermarket, because these are the last Adidas Yeezys. The aftermarket on these are gonna go ape shit. This is why.
It still is,
but people are gonna be like, these are the last edition. These are the last ever. Right. They're gonna charge an extra $100, $200 for them. I promise you.
Now the thing that hasn't been confirmed is whether or not they're still going to be paying Kanye West for these sales. I would assume, I don't know what the contracts are, but I would assume that in order to be selling something that has his name on it, they're going to have to pay this.
He's getting a check. I don't care.
The number that was thrown around was 15%. I don't know if there's any facts to that. There's been a lot of people reporting on this. I haven't seen anything from a reliable source that mentions how much he's going to get paid off of this or if he's going to get paid at all. But I'm going to assume he's getting paid.
He's getting a check. I can promise you that. They probably won't talk about it. The media will probably steer away from it. He's getting paid. And listen now. If Kanye wanted to, like I know we talked about earlier off camera about how he doesn't need it. He needs the supply chain. Because I don't think he could, but he would have to build a whole external supply chain network by himself to really get the Yeezys out on his own time. It's probably more beneficial to work with a company. I promise you now, though, if he partnered with New Balance, them shits are gonna go crazy. He partnered with anybody.
Thing. If Adidas is now gonna be like, all right, we're gonna resume selling Yeezy product, you think any of the other people that he had brand deals with aren't gonna do the same? Gap, Balenciaga.
They've probably been in contact with him for a long time. Yeezy, Kanye's name on things just sells.
And that's why I think, to your point that you just said, I disagree. Kanye West doesn't need a brand to back him. Now, in terms of the infrastructure,
no, he doesn't. He needs the infrastructure. He needs the supply chain. That's the only thing I think he needs.
But these brands need Kanye West. Adidas hasn't made any money. Well, I don't want to say it like that, but Adidas wasn't making money at the rate that they were making it until Yeezy. That's what put them over the top. Nobody gave a fuck about Adidas since
Yeezy
the 80s,
is like their
the shell
Jordan.
toes.
Yeezy is like their Jordan for sure.
As soon as Run DMC was out of there, who gave a fuck about Adidas? Kobe Bryant has some Adidas shoes. That didn't work out. But, I mean, I can't even think of anybody who's even signed to Adidas.
Yeah, man. I mean, don't be surprised. I think there's definitely going to be a company that's like, yeah, Kanye's bad PR, yeah, the anti-Semitic stuff was not a good look, but they're probably not going to care. I think there's definitely going to be a company out there who has a decent supply chain that's going to give Kanye a good deal. And overnight, they're going to be up there with Nike and Adidas. I swear. I mean, to me, it's too
probably
easy. To me, it almost makes too much sense. You're going to take a hit, though. It's probably going to be people and banks and other stuff that are not going to work with you because you're working with Kanye. But if you're willing to navigate those negatives, I think the pros are too high.
The shareholders are going to be fine with that, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, and we can have our own opinions on it. I know a lot of people think otherwise, that it's going to be a problem for them, like you said, to try to negotiate those waters and take a lot of the backlash that they're going to get, which they will. But I think as soon as they see them checks, who cares?
When money starts coming
rising, exactly.
Stock just soars because all these people, everybody named Mama is like, oh my God, Kanye, we have New Balance Yeezys? And let's say they look even better than the New Balance. Sorry, I mean the Adidas Yeezys. Because New Balance is on the rise. I think New Balance is that's the smartest move they can make. New Balance would shoot up overnight, be up there with Nike, because they've already been going up over the last couple of years. New Balances went from old man shoes to people actually rocking them. Like, oh, they got
No, they still call them old man shoes though. People just like them.
But people like them because like they actually have some decent designs lately.
They say Gen Zers, we dress like old people. We dress like old men.
Really? People actually say that?
Yeah, I mean, look at what we're wearing. We're wearing clothes from like the 80s. We're wearing like zip up like nylon sweaters and like New Balance dad shoes. They call them dad shoes. Big old baggy clothes. We kind of do dress like some unfitted 50-year-old, 60-year-old men. We kind of do.
Damn.
Not me. You know, I'd be suited up. I'd be suited and booted.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just not paying attention.
Yeah. What else we have?
So yeah, I mean, the last thing is for our Zelda fans out there, Tears of the Kingdom came out. You know, I mean, I grew up playing Zelda, man. First, my godmother introduced me to the N64 ones. I got the GameCube ones. Like, I've been playing it since I was a child. Reading the strategy guides. I was like 3 or 4, barely could read. Just fuck, you know. So, Tears of the Kingdom, man, is sequel to the last game that came out in 2017, Breath of the Wild. First open world Zelda. It's open world. Do I even have to explain what open world is? Most people know what an open world video game is. It's just like a super large map with just a lot of content. It's just a scene. It feels like you're actually in a world. It's not disjointed levels. It's just like one big level, one big ass level that it takes you like 100 hours to see everything. And so far I enjoyed it, man. It's really good. It's almost makes the last game look like a tech demo. And people have been making, and you can like craft shit. People have been making some weird shit. Like we watched a video where a dude.
I've seen a lot of dick and balls. That's all I've been seeing.
A dude made. I
know that probably sounds out of context. That sounds crazy.
A dude made like a stick man, because you can like there's new abilities in the game where you can like grab stuff. Like, but in the last game it used to be just magnetism, but now you can just grab inanimate objects no matter what they are, and you can use this glue and just stick it to them. So they just made this stick man who's just standing up, and he has like they gave him like a cock and put like this.
I hate that word, man. Why did you have to say that fucking word?
I know.
That word is so nasty.
I know.
Dick and balls sounds a lot better to me.
It definitely sounds a lot better. And they gave him but they gave him like these. Like, they have these new things called these Zonai tools, which are like this technology of like this advanced civilization that like died off, and it shoots fire. So he shot the dick. I know it sounds so bad. He shot it with an arrow and it activated it, and the balls are like these bombs. So he shot the head.
Just for pulsating.
I know. They were pulsating. So he shot the head and it started shooting fire because you have to like hit it to activate it.
Oh, man,
but it activated the whole circuit. So it activated the head, it activated the shaft, and it activated like the time ball bomb. The time ball bombs. So the stick
figure just talking about the game. We're talking about dick and balls.
I'm talking about the game though. Stuff you can do. So the dude's just standing there. And it's just it looks like he's busting because it was on fire, and then the balls exploded and the whole body got destroyed, and just like the face was still there and it just hit the ground on fire. And
my god, bro! Did I mention that this was an explicit podcast? We gonna need a parental advisory sign on this shit.
But it's cool, man. People have been making like rocket ships, like in boats that look like balls, like it's stupid, but it's the internet, man. Like people like.
I haven't even seen any gameplay of the actual game. All I have seen is dick and balls on TikTok. I swear to God, bro.
Bro, they do that in every game, though. Like in Smash Bros, they made like a stage creator, and then when one of the stages just like the same thing. A dude standing there, and you fight on the shaft. No, I was trying to be funny.
We are so immature.
I know.
We are so immature.
I'm not making that shit, though. I just laugh at it. I think it's levels to it. If you actually making the shit... That's something different. You got some growing up to do, but I can laugh at it. But ultimately, man, like if you
knew what they were doing when they developed,
you know what Zelda is, bro. It's like a guy wearing a green outfit who goes to rescue the princess, and he goes and gets all these gadgets and shit, and you solve puzzles, you fight monsters with big ass eyes, you have to shoot. You know, it's everything Breath of the Wild was, but a little bit more Zelda because in Breath of the Wild they didn't have the dungeons like the traditional dungeons like in the last games. And those are back, and they're badass. I don't want to linger too long. But if you missed the Zelda dungeons, they're back and they badass. A lot more cutscenes. It's a lot more cinematic for open world games.
Hey.
So that's all I want to
Nice.
say. I'm not gonna let it drag.
Did you watch the new Pete Davidson? Did you watch the new Pete Davidson show?
I have not seen it.
It's like Butt Kiss or something.
I have not. Is it like
Bupkis?
like his Dave or like what is it?
That's what I used it for because we already know we talked about how Lil Dicky has some racism in it.
Yeah.
So I had to you exposed
Or
me to
like
that,
his
bro.
some stuff he said in
Ruined
the
my
past.
entire day.
Some stuff he said in the past about hip hop was like so like racist and disturbing, and then he goes on to be a rapper. Makes you wonder.
Yeah, there was some microaggressions in there. He was taking some shots, but because you exposed me to that and ruined my fucking
I really
day.
want to watch it, but I saw him.
I couldn't watch it. Yeah, he has a new season out, or it probably already came
and that
out.
would be a nice binge, like 6 or 7 episodes a day. Like
It was a good show too. It was funny. I don't even care about Lil Dicky, but the show was fucking funny. But no, that's what I used it for though, because I needed a new funny, goofy white man to watch. So I watched it. It's on Peacock. It wasn't.
Oh, I might have to check it out then.
Yeah, it's for free. It's for free. It wasn't very funny, but you could tell it had a lot of heart. It had a spirit to it that I enjoyed. I didn't even really like the show. It wasn't really that good. It's like a 6 out of 10 type show, 6.5 out of 10 type show. But it was just like interesting. I don't even know what to say about it, dude. It was just like interesting to me. He had a lot of cameos. Charlamagne the God was in it. Had a lot of like new age comedians in it. Joe Pesci was in it. Had an important role. So
is he like playing himself? Is like Dave, or is it like fictional?
It's him. It's him. It's like a biopic show.
He's done that before. Like King of Staten Island apparently was supposed to be like his biopic.
Oh, he has another show, or is that a movie?
It's a movie where it's like kind of supposed to be about his life.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing because I don't even really like Pete Davidson. But like I said, I just needed a new goofy white boy to watch. It wasn't that funny, man. But the show definitely has a lot of heart. And I know, you could tell when watching it that he had a vision for it and that he knew that what he was trying to get off in that show. If you have time, quick 8 episodes.
No, I'm definitely, if I have some time, I'm definitely.
I would give it a try. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to the Top Tier Podcast. It's been another great episode. Hope you had fun. We will catch you the same place, same time next week for another episode. Peace.
Peace, y'all.